So I haven't really used this setup for a while. I really haven't cared about making videos at home, and to be honest, I put on as less energy as I possibly can into my YouTube channel. So if it's just, driving on the way to work and talk about whatever I need to talk about, that's what I'm doing. So some things that's happening right now. One thing is the Epstein files is a huge thing. There's a lot of the survivors that are coming out right now. I guess they were listening to some of the survivors' testimonies or whatever yesterday. Congress and Nancy Mace. She's a person who apparently went through something similar in her life where she got abused, walked out. Now, I know this is going to sound crass or whatever, but this is why I'm saying I don't think that women should be in, especially most women. She's a strong woman, too. She was in the military. If they can't handle their emotions, they shouldn't be in power. This goes for men too. Like if there's weak, soft men, if they can't handle their emotions, they shouldn't be in power. They shouldn't be in leadership. We should only have like the toughest people that are leaders. And by the way, these people don't. You know why these people don't work for us anymore? You know why these Democrats are fighting to keep the violence going in their major cities, and they're trying to twist things, saying that Republican states have the highest rate of murders. But it's like when they show the cities, how comes Missouri's a high rate of murder? Because of St. Louis. Who runs it? Democrats. Because a Democrat ran cities. That's why. They don't fear us, and that's the problem. When politicians don't fear the people that they work for, and I'm not advocating any type of like violence or anything like that, but these people aren't being voted out. I think that it is being manipulated somehow to keep these people in power for 50 years. You know what I mean? It's just kind of ridiculous. So the fear would be to get voted out. But they don't care, so they only work for themselves and the corporations, and that's it. They don't work for us anymore. There's also so another thing I want to talk, like there's a lot of stuff. So I'm very anti-war, okay? But I'm under the mindset now that we need to invade Mexico. And I hear anyone talking about this and overthrow their government. We need to quit worrying about other countries overseas like Ukraine and Israel and let them figure out their own stuff. If they want to pay us for like military stuff, cool, then they can pay us, not us just like give them free stuff. Like use your economy and you pay for our stuff. It's not just we just keep giving you free stuff. Oh, the economy. I hear this like, oh, the economy, like they're helping our economy, but it's just like we're giving them free stuff. They should spend their hard money on our weapons. That's how it should happen. Not us just make the weapons and just give it to them for free. We need to eliminate all the cartels. I think we need to work with El Salvador and any other country that wants to be liberated in Central America and make Mexico into El Salvador. That means you round up all the criminals, not the criminals, all the gang members, all the cartel members. You get them off. The cartel are the ones running the Mexican government. How do you think all these people came over here illegally? Mostly through Mexico. Look at all the drugs that are coming over here through Mexico, the human trafficking and all this stuff. If Mexico, the government can't handle it, like if the first thing that should happen is we go up to them and be like, hey, listen, we're going to give you unlimited power. You need defense. If they're trying to take you out, if there's people in the government, we will help you out. Like, it's all these other countries we've been helping out for all these years, all these decades. No, we're going to focus on Mexico. This is the problem affecting America right now. Not Israel, not Ukraine. I don't give a fuck if Russia takes over Poland, it takes over France. I don't care. They're all shitholes at this point anyway. Look what the UK is doing. They're like arresting people because of the way they talk like this. And then they allow what happened to the Epstein victims to go on because of their migrants or whatever, causing this type of. It's okay for them to do that. And in fact, I think I seen something that Elon. He said somebody posted and he like commented on Twitter where some like political leadership over there is trying to legalize it so like they can engage in sexual activities with like a 10-year-old. That's what the headline said, and it's just like this is where they're going with this shit, and it needs to be completely eliminated. They're trying to normalize pedophilia. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I have to be careful about what I say on this channel. That's why I don't even like to post on YouTube, because YouTube is like soft. Completely soft. It's such a ridiculous. If you don't, I post, I say you gotta be over 18. I put that on my videos, like only anyone over 18, that's it. So like if you're an adult and you can't handle what I'm saying, then don't fucking watch what I'm like. Why oh, you get banned or like age restriction. I said like I want only people above 18 to watch my stuff. If you're above 18 and you can't handle this content, like I said, you're a weak bitch. Then you're a weak bitch. There was something I was thinking about. So anyway, some more big news that happened is Owen Schroyer. A lot of people probably don't even know, but he was a part of InfoWars. He was like one of the main talking heads there. It was Alex Jones and him. To me, those are the two big ones. So I guess there's been a falling out, and Alex Jones just went off on him yesterday, calling him a rat because Owen's, I guess he's quitting. And he apparently he didn't like that he's been criticizing Trump too much. So he said lighten up off of it a little bit. And I guess, hey, listen, when somebody is paying you money and they're your employer, it's kind of like, yeah, you gotta walk that fine line of what they say that hey, like when you're on my show, you're using my platform. It's kind of like me complaining about YouTube. Well, like YouTube, this is my channel, man. So it's just like I'm not, sound like a hypocrite, right? I'm not even getting paid from him. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm not even getting any money. I'm not I'm not getting any ads. Nobody watches my stuff, so it's just like if how am I hurting your brand at all? You know what I'm saying? It's just like I get the ads and everything like that. It's so lovely. I get the ads and everything like that, and people, companies won't want to be associated with my type of content, which is understandable, but I don't get paid for this. So I'm literally posting this for free. I love it. Life is so grand, isn't it? Anyway, so it's just like all this stuff's coming out. There's all this fracturing, and I'm onto I feel like I'm on my own island, completely off by myself, with my opinions and my thoughts. And when I say stuff, I just look at patterns. Another thing I was thinking about is the left. They're going to. Now I'll put that off for a different video. It's just like a prediction about taboo stuff, because the left likes taboo stuff. They like to try to embrace taboo stuff right now. So yeah, I mean, the stuff coming out with the Epstein list, or like these clients, I guess they had a press conference and everything like that, and they said if they're not going to come out with a list, then they're just going to name people themselves. Annapurna Luna or whatever. She's cool. Like there's some even Nancy Mace does some stuff I think is cool sometimes. Like they do some things that are cool. Something like Marjorie Taylor Greene. So basically, here's my thing. You can have some women in power. There are strong women out here, but it's rare. And I just think that the way that the mainstream media has pushed feminism is the problem with society. When I say on Twitter, like, repeal the 19th, I say that like try to kind of piss people off and get underneath their skin. My real opinion on it is just stop pushing the feminism. Most women aren't feminist. They're soft. They want a leader in their life, and at the end of the day, they're going to be very upset that they picked the path that they've chosen. And like I said before, I can't blame them for wanting to pick that path, because we've had such weak men the last 70 years. I am a part of that problem. Yes, I called myself a weak man. Yes, but it is what it is. It's I feel like I've grown a lot, but I have been very, very weak in the past, and I'm not that person like I was anymore, and that's with maturity and growing up. But yeah, I have been a part of that problem of weak men being in our society. I'm divorced, you know what I mean? So it's just she basically said in some type of press conference where there's a lot of like really powerful people that could be involved in this, and that's the thing, is like that's what I'm saying. I don't care who's on it. I don't care if Trump himself is on it. I want accountability. And I think it's kind of weird how Dan Bongino and Cash Patel were all going on these podcasts being these conspiracy theorists, and then all of a sudden coming out, blah, blah, blah. This is all about a nothing. It's a nothing burger. There's nothing here with the Epstein list. And in fact, the way the Trump administration has been handling this is like they've intentionally, I don't know if somebody is like, if Trump is incompetent, if he's like, I don't know if they're trying to sabotage, if it's the deep state trying to sabotage him. And I'm surprised that he hasn't came out and said like, yeah, if he's truly not on the list. Like he actually said on one of these podcasts that he wanted the list released if he became president. It's like, why isn't he saying something if the deep state's intentionally like rolling it out all messed up on purpose? Like they released all these hours of footage or whatever, and then they had like a minute or two missing, and then now they came out with that missing minute or two or something. I just seen it on the Pat David podcast where they have a person moving around that they intentionally like took out. The way that it's being handled is it looks like Trump's on the list, and it's just like that's a perception. Now for me, I just want accountability. I don't care if it's listen, man, I don't see how our economy is going to collapse if we have prominent like people that are in charge end up going to prison. Like their companies are still going to be ran. People are still like, I think it's going to get better. In fact, you might see like a drop initially, but people are going to need to keep buying, and the way that the corporations have monopolized the markets, yeah, we still have to buy. We're not just going to completely stop buying, because of the way everything's set up nowadays. But yeah, I think that it sets a bad precedent that if you're rich, you can get away with anything you want, including sexually assaulting children. And I wouldn't doubt it if there's snuff films of these elites. Who knows? This is a conspiracy theory, like the Hillary Clinton type of deal, where they actually like murder people. If you look at, people joke about the Clinton suicide, list and everything like that. How many people was it somebody shot themselves twice, or in the back of the head? I don't know what it was, but like, it's kind of weird, people have been associated with them and they've came up dead, so we need, and the biggest telling thing is when Elon Musk went on to the last time he went on to Joe Rogan. It was a few months ago, and it was on his tip of his tongue. He wanted to say this, and he said, "If I say this, I'll be dead." So it makes me wonder if like Cash and Dan, they pretty much were told to, there's another entity running the country and the government, and they're very powerful, and they basically said, hey, you might want to like side with us or chill out on this topic, because like this is what's going to happen for you and your family, and you don't want to see that, do you? There's more going on than meets the eye. Don't have any proof, and this is just me connecting dots. So it's kind of interesting. Anyway, I think that's going to be the video. I really don't feel like talking anymore. Take it easy.